Welcome to Tran Wins Godless Tactics. Going to play on the hardest difficulty. Enemies are more aggressive in battles, more focused on scoring kills, and try harder not to lose agents. Enemies get more parties on the world map. Losing your party causes immediate game over. War progresses quickly. Player must intervene regularly. Requires good game knowledge to succeed. Tran is going to be our name. So the name can be changed, but your class name cannot. So if you don't know what name to use, it's just hero. We're going to call ourselves a sage. We love, oh great, I have no personality. We love winning. We hate being incompetent. Secret. Has a large stammering problem. Alright, so hit points is pretty self-explanatory. It's just your life bar. Your strength is for your physical attacks, bows and close combat weapons like spears and swords. Skill is how well you can block, or how well you can dodge attacks, physical attacks, as well as hit with physical attacks. We're going to increase this so we can dodge lots of physical attacks. Machine, or Mac, I don't know, machine is basically our magic stat in this game. We're going to be a machinist in the, so this influences our ability to hit as well as how much damage we do. Speed, if we have enough speed, we will get to attack more times than the enemy. So let me see here. I'm thinking maybe max speed. Speed is a little hard. No, I'll go with max defense. So you have to, from what I think, you have to have basically like double the enemy's speed in order to attack double the amount of times. So let's say the enemy has 20 speed. You need an impressive 40 speed points over him just to attack twice. So maybe. So I'm a little stuck, caught between figuring out which one of these stats I want to do. Whereas each point of defense means that each damage point is gone. This character is unique in that he will not permanently die if he falls in battle. So my choices are between Micromanager, all party members getting a small amount of experience for every turn that passes on the world map, or Guerrilla. It becomes easier to retreat from battles and you're able to earn faction reputation in battle combinations even after fleeing. Choose a special party-wide ability based on your character's leadership style. Pick an option to view an explanation of its effects below. Dark Pragmatist sounds like an awesome ability. I'm not saying like it's not. I'm saying it sounds incredible. When a party member takes a mortal blow, it would be taken by a lower level party member instead. However, I'm going to try for no deaths. Alright, so we have 3 perks we can pick from here. I'm going to pick that I can equip machinist weapons. That's kind of important for me. So this is the special trait for my character. And then the boost stat. So when you boost, this is essentially your character being a cheerleader for nearby team members. You always get skill +1 and move +1, meaning that you always get 10% more accuracy or evasion and 1 extra movement spot. In addition to 1 skill that I pick. So in this case, we're going to make it... We'll make it defense. Maybe machine. Yeah, make it defense. It's probably horrible. I should probably pick something like strength or something. But the way I'm thinking is, if my character can't attack somebody, then I'm probably in a bad spot where the enemy's likely to engage first. So I may want to be able to increase my defense at that time. Maybe that's the wrong way to think about it. So this is the sprite. The first 3 sprites are unique while the rest are used by regular soldiers. So This guy, he looks like kind of a Han Solo or roguish character. This person looks like a commander. So I guess we'll go with this one. I like the cape. Welcome to Godless Tactics. Cutscenes like this will occur from time to time while playing. Click the mouse or press spacebar to advance the text, or press escape to skip. Enjoy. In the year 2100, human society as we know it was nearly destroyed by an extreme terrorist incident. Amid a time of inequality, resource scarcity, and political turmoil, microscopic machines were released into the world's seas, with a deadly ability to convert seawater into a synthetic gas engineered to be toxic to humans. The machines ran out of control and billions of people were killed. This was not the end for humanity. Many organizations, from governments to corporations to local communities, had foreseen this risk and made preparations to survive. With the use of cutting-edge nanotechnology, they released machines of their own into the air to begin cleansing the world of the toxins. These machines would later be called Media Machina. While this slow process took place, the survivors of humanity retreated to specially built refuges. These environmentally sealed, self-sufficient habitats were technological marvels that saved millions upon millions of lives in the world. All humanity could do now was wait for when it was safe to return to their homes and rebuild. They would be waiting a very long time indeed. For nearly 800 years, humanity waited in their refuges. Their societies, languages, and cultures evolving into something their pre-refuge ancestors, referred to as ancients, would struggle to recognize. Most of the old world degraded and disappeared. Climate change grew the deserts and brought tropical environments to previously temperate regions. Sea levels dropped due to the ongoing action of the slowly depleting number of terrorist machines, and all the while, the residents of the refuges battled to keep their Goliath sanctuaries running. Finally, throughout 2892, the refuges opened and eager colonists spread across the new world. With what knowledge remained from ancient times, new nations and peoples, forged on the bonds built in the refuges, began to rise across the earth. Now, it is 2952. Amid the relics of old civilization and the shining achievements of the new two powerful proto-nations, where refuge states have taken hold in northern France and southern England. In the west is Meshmeda, an ambitious oligarchical society that seeks to claim ever more territory and the wealth that comes with it. In the south is Lumida, a relatively reclusive but technologically rich state with a strict hierarchy and a techno-theocratic government. They have little territory, but are now looking to change that situation. Their heavy-handed rulers have prompted many citizens to flee over the decades and start their own colonies. They're collectively known as the Lumidian rebels, a thorn in the side of their old masters. Over the last decade, however, a third power has suddenly appeared in the region. From the east marches a seemingly endless stream of identical, cloned soldiers, conquering any lands that do not cooperate with their strange demands of tribute. They are called Yunbur, and now they threaten to break the back of Meshmedan and dominate the region. Lumida is strongly reliant on Meshmedan trade to feed the huge population and still keeps it a central refuge. They cannot allow Yunbur to succeed. That is why they created a new, special military force, the Agents Mission Lumida, or AML. You have been tasked with leading this promising group of operatives into the war zones of the region, aiming to bring about the defeat of Yunbur, and to discover where they came from and why. After only brief introductions to the soldiers you have been given, you are shipped out to Skifount'beada Island, part of the long front line in the war. From here, you could fight alongside Meshmedan forces, create a base where Lumidan troops intervene, go behind enemy lines to destroy the war machine, or explore the world to find new tools to aid in your campaign. Perhaps along the way, you'll be able to discover secrets about the world and its history that your masters in Lumida would rather remain a secret. Whatever you do, it will be your wisdom, courage, and leadership that decides the fate of all three states, and all those who live in their shadow. Make your choices wisely and enjoy Godless Tactics. And remember to check out the in-game codex for more lore and gameplay information.
Auto-resolve safe.
Looks like Yunbur contesting your deployment to Skifount'beada Island. This will be your first fight, so I'll explain a couple of things as we go along. First, a few basics. Use WASD or the arrow keys default controls to move the camera. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. If you press the mouse wheel, you can drag the map to move it. Use the left mouse button to select one of your agents. The blue area that is highlighted is where they can move this turn. Right-click to move them to a space. Then choose an action from the menu that appears. If there is nothing to do, choose the wait option. Once an action is chosen, an agent's turn is over. Do this for all of your agents to end the AML turn and progress the battle. If you hold left shift default controls while giving a move order, your agent will wait automatically. This will save you a lot of time, but be careful using it when the enemy is close. You might miss a chance to do something more useful. Alright, so the character stats that I had selected is a wizard. We're going to use this friction program. To attack an enemy, you need to be within the range of your equipped weapon. For most melee weapons, that means you need to be on the tile adjacent to the enemy, non-diagonal. If you have a reserve weapon available, click on it to equip it. This can change your stats. Mastering the use of the right weapon for the right situation will help you get through the harder fights. When an attack is possible, it'll be available as an action to choose after moving. Note that if you don't want to move first, you can click right on the tile the agent is already standing on to go straight to the action menu. Once you initiate an attack, you'll see how much damage you can do, the chance to hit, and the number of attacks you can make at once. These values are determined by comparing the stats of each combatant. Mouse over the stats with an agent selected for more details. You can cancel attacks and moves before you confirm them without penalty. Use this to see the possible outcomes of different attacks before you act. When adjacent to friendly agents, you can use the boost action to increase their stats, but not those of the agent boosting, for a single turn. This is a perfect choice for agents who will be unlikely to damage the enemy this turn. It also gives them an extra movement point if they haven't moved yet. Very useful. If you hold left shift default controls when giving a move order, your agent will use boost automatically if possible, otherwise they use wait. Use this to quickly advance while still taking advantage of boost. You will also see the switch action unless you have agents trade places, at the cost of sync shown at the bottom of the screen. Another important action that costs sync is Sync Watch. This makes an agent attack any hostiles that participate in combat within their range for a turn. Sync Watch can allow some advanced tactics, but don't worry too much about this for now. Just remember that sync is gained by killing enemies. Now go forth, defeat all enemies on the map to win the battle. You might have seen various objects across the battlefield. These are usually decorations with no effect on gameplay. Remember to mouse over a tile and check on the bottom left of the screen to see what gameplay effects it actually has. So I'll attack him twice, and that does enough damage to finish him off. When fighting near buildings, note that they come in two varieties. Those you can scale to reach the roof of, and those you can't. Use the tile description in the bottom left when you mouse over the edge of a roof to see which ones are accessible. Being on the roof edge while fighting an enemy below makes you much harder to hit. The number by the shield in the bottom left that appears when hovering over the tile is the reduction applied to an enemy's chance to hit. If they have 70% chance and the tile has a shield rating of 30, then their hit chance drops to 40%. Bases are special tiles that can be captured and owned by either side. Near a base, you can withdraw agents from battle, redeploy agents held in reserve. Click the Citro button with the blue logo at the bottom of the screen to access the camp menu, where all these actions are managed. By the way, you have agents in reserve right now. While not needed for this simple battle, if you're comfortable controlling your current team already, you can bring out more to overpower the enemy. You can have 10 agents active at once in battle. After this tutorial, you begin each battle with up to 10 agents already deployed, and any more agents in your party kept in reserve. If you have more than one base under your control, click on a base while the camp menu is open to select it. All deployed troops will then appear at that base. Look for arrows around the base while the camp menu is open to see which base is currently selected. You can also double-click on a base to open the camp menu and select that base all at once. Easy! Try that stuff out now if you'd like, or just push on to defeat the remaining enemies with your current agents. Press X default controls to highlight all tiles that enemies can attack in the current turn. Use this information to plan safe moves. Remember that while an enemy might be able to attack you on a given tile, that doesn't mean they actually have the stats to hit or damage you. Don't worry too much about approaching weak enemies. Any damage your agents take will be healed at the end of the battle. However, if they fall to 0 HP, they will die permanently. The player-made character is immune to this and will respawn after the battle if defeated. Alright, so I can actually get more resources by capturing this. But I'm going to try not to drag things out just for the sake of getting more powerful. So a general rule of thumb I will hold to is when I get the auto resolution is safe command, I will complete that turn and then auto resolve. You will get less experience and resources as a result, but it'll be a good balance. On the world map, you control your party in a very similar fashion to controlling agents in battle. You must always be adjacent to an enemy party to fight it. When you start a battle, any parties that are adjacent to you or adjacent to the party you're attacking will also take part. The world map is covered in settlements that are controlled by factions. The factions fight each other for control of these settlements. Your job for now is to ensure that Yunbur, Red, do not take control of too many settlements, while finding their main base and capturing it. To achieve this, you can defeat the parties on the map, capture their settlements yourself, or help your allies do so. If enemies take the capital belonging to your master faction, Lumina, Light Blue, you will lose. So make sure things don't get that bad. For more detailed information and tips on how to formulate your world map strategy, see the tutorial entries in the codex. You'll find the codex in the AML menu, accessible via the button on the bottom of the screen. Alright, so I'm not going to read all the lore items, but I will read relevant entries. We'll start with Lumida. A tightly controlled mini-state centered around the advanced and extensive Refuge Lumida complex. Rejects outsiders completely, and due to the comfortable nature of its refuge and surrounding territory, has historically done little to officially colonize. That policy is now fading away as the need for resources grow and the external threat from other states becomes hard to ignore. Foundation of the AML is the first step in taking control of the region. Domestically, Lumida is a strict hierarchical society with almost theocratic dedication to the ancient technology that drives it, the secrets of which are dearly kept. Its people enjoy a higher standard of living compared to those of other refuge states, but the pressure from their own elites has driven large number into rebel colonies over the last 60 years. So Lumina is the blue force. We're also blue though, that's a little more difficult to see. This is the Green Army, which are our allies. A lively, ambitious society originating from Medan Refuge that is now centered around a nearby ancient wonder, the Great Aviary, or Temple of the Free. Mesh Medan society has a major social divide between those who live in the capital city, a group called the Mesh, and everyone else, known as the Med. Due to their ample food supply and ambitious visions for unifying their surroundings, Mesh Medan has annexed most of the smaller refuge-based groups in its area, granting it a large territory and population. Poor access to manufactured goods remains their weakness, making them rather dependent on trade with Lumida. A dependency that is increasingly mutual as Lumida buys more and more Mesh Medan food to support itself. This is the Red Team, which is our enemy. A highly mysterious society of near-identical individuals that has appeared in recent years. Storming the power with large, suicidally brave war parties, they have taken control of most independent settlements west of their assumed origin point, and now threaten the Mesh Medan border. Little is known of their culture, if they have any, or of anything they are doing behind the front lines. And of course, no one has any idea why every member of their society met so far looks and behaves almost exactly the same, but both Lumida and Mesh Medan elites agree that they need to be stopped. So there are different kinds of classes in the game. Let's see here. Agent classes. So we have a fighter, which is this one right here. Now, although it looks like he's holding a spear, it doesn't actually matter. They can equip anything aside from machine items, which again is like magic. So they build all stats roughly equally. The Breaker wields an axe, or image-wise wields an axe. Focuses on strength, making them big damage dealers, but lacks defense and health. The Stalwart looks like a very heavily armored knight. Focuses on defense, makes them ideal frontline warriors, but lacks attacking power and is vulnerable to machine attacks. The Duelist. Focused on skill and speed, good for fighting other skilled opponents, and tends to land multiple low-powered hits at once. Lacks defense. Their skill makes them hard to hit. The Machinist. Focuses on the machine, and can use special machinist weapons. Good against any targets with poor machine abilities, but does poorly in fights with regular weapons against most other classes. Good for combating high-skill opponents, as machine attacks partially rely on the machine for their chance to hit. Synergist. Splits focus between being an all-rounder and machine abilities. Can use machinist weapons like a machinist, but fares better in regular fighting. Scout. Easily killed, but fast. This class provides a better boost than the rest, and can move far each turn. Resists machine attacks, making them good machinist hunters. So at this HQ, we're going to go ahead and immediately spend a battle commendation on getting an income of 3, which is not going to be significant. And then we're also going to get faster recruits from 10 turns to 8 turns. And the reason I'm getting these upgrades is you have to build these buildings up in order to make progress on your advantages. There's also other passive advantages that you can get when your reputation, which is this thumbs up icon, increases. Your primary objectives are these. So travel to the battlefields of England, travel to the core, destroy the capital, as well as secondary objectives here. So our first secondary objective is attack and capture Washu near Persao. The enemy happens to be moving towards us. This is a guard unit. Guard units move out of their city in order to attack hostile entities. Garrisons are supposed to stay inside the city, but I think since I was already inside, they weren't able to move. They weren't able to go in there. So these guys are probably going to clash. We're going to leave them alone. I'm not actually worried about them at all. I'm going to assume that my group of level 5, that's what the star is, 8 soldiers are going to be able to defeat the level 2, 9 soldiers. This is me right now inside the city, so you can't actually see my icon. My average level is 4 and I have 8 men. Now I can recruit a 9th guy, which is going to be random, or go shopping in this place, but that is actually going to take my turn. It's turn 2 right now. What I will do instead is I will go ahead and equip whatever items I have for the moment. Give me a second to do that. Gone ahead and reorganized them in order of what I think of as class value. So like the scout is the least valuable for me at this current skill level that I'm at. So we're going to go ahead and capture this location since the guard already left, and I get two choices. I can either give this to the Meshmidden, which belongs to them originally, and I will get resources, or I can give this to my empire, Lumida, and get more reputation. I'm going to go ahead and give this to the Meshmidden.
You've completed a mission.
And I'll explain a little bit about that in a second. At the bottom of the screen, you can see your stock of resources and reputation. Resources are the general currency you use for various purposes throughout the campaign. Resources are mostly gained by killing enemies, selling loot, and completing side missions. Reputation is a measure of how much your allies like you. Increase it by winning battles. Harder battles means more rep gain. And by giving captured settlements to your master faction. You can view the available reputation rewards in the AML menu, the AML logo at the bottom of the screen, which is this thing right here. Since I've completed a mission, I can go ahead and claim that reward for base security.
A new mission has started.
Then I get things like 3 commendation points. Let's see here. So I can level up Washu up to 2 and get another reward. So we'll go and do that. So to level it up to 2, I'll go ahead and spend a point here. That's 20 of my resources. At the end of the turn, it will look at it and say like, hey, you completed it, so go ahead and get your reward. Now I mentioned earlier about how giving things to the empires may matter. So by giving a city to the green forces, they get better economy and better military, depending on what this place is worth. So this is actually worth no economy value, but it's worth 2 military value. The result of having a 506 score bonus is that he can have his armies can have a maximum level of 3 higher than normal. Their bonus for having 5 points higher, or 700 economy, is that they can have 5 party size higher. Alright. So we'll go ahead and, let me think here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit the supply drop right here. We got a smith sword, which is better than our current gear.
You've completed a mission.
In the AML menu, button at the bottom of the screen, we'll read that in a minute. Your radio springs to life. You're being relayed a recording from Lumidia. A tired male voice congratulates you on your successful arrival to the front lines. Yet do not forget the scale of your task, it goes on to say. The Temple Council has made it clear that victory is only the first objective. He explains that to the southeast, the Lumidian rebels have allied themselves with Yunber and threatened to attack Skifount'beada. The situation in the region gives Lumida an excuse to wipe out this constant annoyance without much scorn from the other refuge states. All's fair in love and war. Additionally, there's the Meshmidden threat. They may be our allies now, but should they fail to be sufficiently damaged by the war with Yunber, they may feel empowered to fulfill their ambitions against Lumida. Therefore, he concludes, you must work to please the Temple Council by representing Lumidan interests first and foremost. You know the rewards of doing so and the punishment for failure. Before you have a chance to send a reply, the relay line is cut. Orders are orders then. Yet you still have a degree of autonomy to influence the war as you see fit. You have to decide how to mold the region with your actions and reap whatever comes of it. Okay, that tooltip will appear again once I make my move, so we'll go ahead and... In the AML menu, button at the bottom of the screen, you can access a list of missions, giving you some primary and secondary objectives to work toward. The rewards you get from doing these can be very handy indeed, so give it a look. To progress towards completing the game, work to achieve the primary objectives. Note, however, that these objectives can change drastically based on new information and decisions you make. So this is a combat patrol, and I'm not really worried about them. In fact, I hope that they use up their turn coming after me. We're going to go ahead and move on this way and take out this place. We're going to go ahead and engage this. Now, this is a 2-star battle. If I were to auto-resolve this, I stand a chance of losing a soldier. There's 11 people here. I don't know why I care about how fast they can move right now. Anyways, and they serve the Yunbar army. So there's a mix of level 1 to level 3 guys, and their leader is a level 2 duelist. We're going to go ahead and fight. Make no mistakes, and we'll be fine. He won't even have a chance to retaliate. Nice.
Auto-resolve safe.
Alright, so now I can auto-resolve. Clicking this doesn't actually do anything. You have to click this and then click auto-resolve. But again, you actually get less experience. Let's go ahead and read this tooltip. The battle is safe to auto-resolve with no risk to your agents. Open the menu and choose auto-resolve to finish the battle now. Note that this will result in you having fewer chances to gain XP, as only experience from kills will be rewarded. I also won't get resources from claiming the bases, so there is a side effect to that. So I'm going to kind of limit myself. And instead of farming every battle for the maximum amount of resources and experience, we're going to go ahead and strike a good compromise of speed and turn efficiency. So let's see here. Duelist. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have you attack. And then we'll just go ahead and auto-resolve. Because normally if I were playing this without recording it, I would farm every map to the maximum. But that would probably kind of make it tiring. Alright, so we found a bunch of random knickknacks, and we'll look at that in a minute. Before we go on to that, we can decide who to give this to. So if we give this to the unaligned people, it doesn't actually, this fort doesn't do anything. But I will get resources for this. Instead, I think I'm going to give this to my faction and get a thumbs up from them. Yeah, good. They chose to attack me, and unfortunately for them, I can just auto-resolve them to oblivion. Winning battle gives you battle commendations. Spin these in the HQ tab of the AMO menu to upgrade your headquarters in your master faction's capital and gain various powerful perks. Some upgrade chains give special powerful rewards at high levels, on top of the kinds of passive perks the low level areas provide. Take a look. So I have 7 points now, but I want 25 in order to get the first movement bonus. Let's go and take a look at some of the items. This looks like stuff I can sell, stuff I can sell, stuff I can sell, so I just maybe get some equipment I should try to put on then. That's about it. So that was a decent haul. Taking a look at this, we can choose to upgrade this place further. It's probably good to do so. I'm just hesitant because I don't know what else I should be spending my resources on. Let's go ahead and upgrade both of these places because they are quest related as well. The more quests I complete, the more battle combinations I'll get. So like this is in range of me to upgrade, but this is not. I think it's not a matter of how close you are, but how close you've gotten. So if your characters have essentially seen it or gone close enough to it. So for that reason, I think I may actually go for this Forgotten Cache just so I can claim these places here. Leveled everything up to 3. Let's go ahead and move on. Make no mistakes, and we'll be fine. This guy has an attack of 7, so if I just send someone with higher attack or higher defense than that, he can't do any damage. So like this guy right here, the stalwart, will be invincible to him. So we'll do that. Although I'll take a minus 40 evasion penalty here. He can't actually hurt me. Wait, that's magic. So with this one, with 6 machine, Lauren actually okay. Yeah, Lauren's actually okay. Lauren's gonna be fine. Okay, so this guy has an axe. He's close range. You can see by this little sword icon here. He does have javelins in reserve, but currently I can like stand at a distance and hit him. He doesn't switch to javelins during my turn. So I need to decide how I want to kill him. I would like the machinist to get more experience, and in this case, this character is fast enough to kill the Umber soldier, because I am 4 levels higher than him. Because this guy's using javelins, he can actually, because this guy's using javelins, he actually cannot hit me. What the numbers mean is 2 is his range, and 1 means it's beneath his range. I think it should just say range of 2, but I'm not sure. Like the bow can hit ranges 2 and 3, but not 1. Alright, but after having softened him up, let's see here, I don't want to get the breaker too close. The breaker is a hard-hitting unit, but takes damage too.
Auto resolve safe.
Okay, so this will be my last turn. So do all the damage you can, get all the experience and resources you can. See, 3 damage. That's awful. Because you can see here, my attack is only 9, and his defense is 6, so I'll do 3 damage per strike. But I can attack twice because my speed is twice his speed. However, it's not enough to win that fight. This guy would take more damage. Let's see how much, what it looks like here. So I'll do 3 attacks at 100% chance to hit. So this will execute this guy right here. that's it. I mean, there's still 4 enemies on the map, but we're good. We're gonna go ahead and select auto resolve. Again, this is to try to strike a balance between getting the game moving and getting rewards. I may not auto resolve as soon as the turn begins. I'll probably do it right before I end my turn, so I'll get some mileage out of it. So my choices are green and blue. We're gonna go and give this to green.
You've completed a mission.
At any location which is an AML base, you can use the visit location action to recruit new party members. A new recruit will be added to the pool you can pick up from every few turns, and their initial level depends on your party's average level at the time they were added. Certain upgrades to the AML HQ increase the level of new recruits. Recruits who are not hired will keep training and will gradually level up to match the level of the strongest recruit currently in the pool. In other words, don't worry about leaving low-level recruits unhired. They'll still be useful later. Visiting a location as allied to you will allow you to use the local markets to buy weapons and items. Not all locations have such markets though. Per cell, your starting base sells weapons that are better than those you start with. Make sure to upgrade your gear as soon as you can to increase your damage potential. Having better weapons than your foes gives you a large advantage, even at the same level.
You've gained a new reputation reward.
So rather than saving all the rather than saving all the resource points just for my usage, I'm going to go ahead and try to use it on the armies. So we're going to go ahead and spend enough to make this level 8. So it's level 3 now. And now they're level 8. Well, the city's 8, the soldiers are 9. This place is tied to Skifount'beada, I believe. It doesn't actually tell me. So I think if I upgrade this place, let's see here, this is level 2. Upgrade them. They became level 3, yeah. So, since this is an active warband right now, and they're gonna run off in that direction for whatever reason and get themselves slaughtered. So we're gonna actually go ahead and level this up further. Okay, and I'm out of requisition now, but that's an 18-man army that is level 7. And they're 1 level less, but they have a numbers advantage there. And there we go, that's the result of me spending all my requisition.
You've completed a mission.
I did complete a mission, and that's probably to upgrade places, so let's go, yeah.
You've gained a new reputation reward.
60 rep, improved base garrison and invasions. I also, most importantly, get this, which goes from 18 movement to 21 movement. And that is fantastic. I don't have enough, I keep saying requisition. I don't have enough resource points to upgrade any of these other places, but by walking close to these, I can now level them up at any point. Alright, now I have some more resource points, got some weapons, and some healing items. Let's go and equip these healing items. If we go to items, we can take a look at this, store first aid bag. So this first aid bag is just 10 hit points. So we'll go ahead and just put this on our character, and we'll give, actually everybody already has one. Okay, well that's actually very good. Alright, now that we got some more requisition points, I'm gonna call it requisition this whole game, I think. Well, everybody would just have to agree on that. I'm gonna go ahead and level that up to 3. Level this up to 3, and we're good. Okay, now our next objective is to head over to Bostura. We're gonna claim this whole island. Actually, that's our next objective right there. I gotta count turns. So 3, 6, 10, 14, 17, 20. So if I start here, okay, that'll reach me the skeleton. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So if I start here, so yeah, if I stop at Share Wash, it shouldn't actually slow me down any to get to the skeleton. So let's try stopping at Share Wash just for a second to see if there's anything interesting here. Probably not. I mean, check out the item trader, which is absolutely nothing good there. Maybe sell some of this stuff. So we at least get something out of it, I guess. But that could have been done anytime we went to a town. Alright, so here's 17 level 4 guys. Alright, looks like they're gonna get intercepted by that fort, so that's not bad. Now I can disable the view the opponent's moves, but it is kind of nice to see some of them move to get an idea what's going on. You found the remains of a fallen airship, with most of its canopy and hull already stripped away by locals. From the thin rust on what remains, you can tell it must have crashed long ago, long after humanity took to refuge. Over 900 years ago, airships were used at that time to distribute airborne cleaning agents. Remember this line from a stolen glance at a book in the temple library. Alright, so now I can choose who to give this to, and we're going to give this to Lumida. "19 soldiers. Maybe I should intervene, but I'm just gonna have to hope that my guys are strong enough to take care of it, whoever they're going for. Alright, so there's that's a big enough group for this. Alright, and so I'm fighting a combined force of 10 guys. It's this army and this army, which means I will get the rewards for this supply train. Now, the great part is, my army is beefy enough where this is a one-star fight, so we're just going to auto-resolve this and collect the rewards. Now, I can turn this into a outpost for me. I'm not really sure what the benefit is. I don't really know what the point is, actually, so. Because as far as I know, it doesn't count as a faction with terms of all this stuff here. So the forces that come out of this township will actually be weaker. So this is the Lumina forces, this is the Meshmedin forces. I don't know. I guess let's see what I can get for reputation. Alright, I guess let's just give it to Lumina. Reputation, I believe, caps out at 1,000. So even though there's a cap, I'm going to go ahead and try to build up towards that rep.
You've completed a mission.
So that I can get these perks faster. Completed a mission. Let's go ahead and get this. Prove that AMO can work as effective combat unit by defeating enemy parties in battle.
A new mission has started.
I have 7 now. Let's see here. Seems kind of a waste because I'm just a couple movements short of getting there, but alright.
You've gained a new reputation award. You've completed a mission. A new mission has started.
Alright, we got Stinger, which is an incredibly good weapon. We're going to pop that on the fighter. It gets an extra 10 attack power. He'll be slaughtering people for a while now. So this is a 22-man army, level 5 group, and it's a 6-star battle. This will be our first big match. Make no mistakes, and we'll be fine. Although I'm gonna get hit and do no damage for this, I'm gonna go ahead and attack just to get the experience bonus. We're gonna activate Sync Watch. So now everybody that is let's see here, we're gonna switch to Macroplast Bow for a second, just so that I can take advantage of this. So he should be able to attack the enemy here. Because that's 3 tiles away. So we're gonna have He'll die anyways, but alright. Guess we'll switch back to the program. So even though I won't kill him, with Sync Watch on, it's like a co-op attack. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to attack, but I guess, yeah, that's not the range for it. So even though I missed, it's fine, because Tran's gonna come in and crush him. Since Tran is on Sync Watch, he's just gonna make that soldier pay for attacking. So, I'm not too worried about Tran getting experience. I'm more worried about making sure everyone else gets experience. Now, since my guys are wounded, an easy way to heal is they'll heal for I believe 3 HP each turn while they're withdrawn from battle. See here, attack of 6, attack of 13. Yeah, let's get rid of this guy. Oh, that's only going to do 6 damage. That's not going to be enough. All right, we'll kill this guy then. Nine damage, 7 damage. That's enough to kill him, but only if I hit.
Auto-resolve safe.
that group just disappeared because I assumed they were coming after Aglivi. Upgrade this. And we have 4 recruits available as soon as we get to any of our HQs, which is just this one. I'll probably make this and this an HQ if I'm allowed to. I don't know why. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, I can't do both? Alright. They're going for Stasis Tagar. 4 and 8, and this is 4 and 12. 4 and 9. 7 and 10. 8 and 11. That should be plenty, really. It's double their level. You saw the somewhat preserved shell of an ancient construction robot. These machines were kept in refuges to aid in the construction or deconstruction of large buildings. This one was likely used in the colonization of Skifount'beada, so much so that it was destroyed through use. The locals have clearly left this example as a monument to its efforts, rather than scrap it for materials completely. You've seen pristine machines just like this one back in Refuge Limita.